What's up, guys? I'm going to go over the 3-step outbound accelerator workflow that I used at my own agency to book appointments to scale from $0 to $75,000 a month within 8 weeks at the age of 19. So first of all, I'm going to move myself to the side here and I'm going to go over with you guys the platforms we are going to be using. We're going to be using 3 main platforms. Now we're going to go over mostly just cold DMs, no other outreach methods, just cold DMs on this video. So first of all, we're going to be using Facebook, LinkedIn, and IG, so Instagram. When you go on these platforms, I'm going to be explaining each one of them separately. Now you'll see in a sec, but basically, first thing, before you even think to send a message to a prospect, you need to connect with them. You need to follow them. You need to have some engagement before you even send a message, so it's more likely that they answer the message that you're going to be sending them. So first of all, let's say Facebook. I'm going to use as an example in this video real estate throughout the whole video. So let's say you're in the real estate niche. Then you go on Facebook and you find real estate connected niche groups, kind of like. So you go on Facebook, you write real estate agents in Florida, and then you find groups that is something about real estate, some real estate agents inside of the group. You join the group, you go to people inside of the group, and then you search on people, real estate agents, real estate broker, real estate brokerage, whatever, connected to the niche. And then you start following real estate agents and adding friends kind of. And then as soon as they add you back, then is when you can go and send the first message. But I'll go more into that now in a sec. Then LinkedIn, very simple. You search in the search bar, just real estate agent, broker, real estate brokerage, explains itself. Just then filter by people and start adding connections. And as soon as they connect you back, the same, we send them the first message. IG is different. You use a hashtag. So for example, hashtag real estate agent, hashtag real estate broker, whatever. And then you go and find people that have posted, for example, let's say you say real estate agents in Florida again. Then you hit and you see posts of real estate agents in Florida. And you hit a post, you like it, and then you go on the profile, you like a couple of more posts on the profile, you follow them, and then you wait for the magic to happen. And that's the first step. Before we do anything else, we need to connect with the prospects, because if not, how do you think that they're gonna go and answer a random person that isn't even following them? If you're not following them or connecting with them and they haven't even connected back, how do you think they're actually gonna answer your message? Impossible. 1 every 1,000 maybe. So yeah, like I told you, the plan here is to follow people in the industry, and as soon as they accept your connection or follow you back, depending on the platform, you need to send them a message within 5 minutes. Because it's more likely that they're going to be on the platforms if you answer within 5 minutes instead of, 1, 2, 3 hours after. Because most likely they've gone on with their day and they are doing something else at that moment. So you need to make sure to try to do it within 5 minutes. And 3, even better. And 1, king. So basically why we do this is to maximize how many replies you get. Because they're going to be doom scrolling most likely, and you can basically take that attention from Instagram and get it to make it yours, kind of, if you know what I mean. So then as soon as they connect with you, they follow you back, whatever, then you go and send the first message. First message, we're gonna make it very simple. It's not like we're gonna pitch them, we're gonna sell them straight ahead. No, we're gonna come, either sound like a friend, sound like someone that wants to buy from them, or sound like someone in the industry that's starting out and wants help from them. So, for example, again, I'm going to be using the real estate niche example. I asked someone, hey, John, how's the real estate market been over in Orlando? And they can answer me, because they're going to be like, why is this person asking me how's the real estate market here? Are they trying to come into this market and start selling real estate? Are they trying to buy real estate there? So you get the role. For example, then we have another example is I just looked at the work that you're doing in the, for example, this is a med spa, like kind of like example. Are you focusing more on skincare or body treatment these days? So for example, for real estate, it will be, I just looked into the work you're doing in the real estate space, and I had a question. Are you focusing more on buyers or sellers these days? They're gonna answer you. And you might be thinking, why do we have 3 examples of an opener? The approach you want to take is you want to have 3 openers and test each one of them, like send one 5 times, one 5 times, one 5 times, and continue like that. Because then what happens is that you can know what works much faster. If you're just using one, you need to send and send and send until you notice, oh, I need to change it. It's not working. But if you use 3 at the same time, that's how we figure out what's working faster, and then we double down on what's actually working. So let's say this one is not working, this one is not working, and this one is working the best. Then after some time, when we have seen the numbers and everything, then we're gonna double down on this one, stop sending these ones, and double down on this one to get more appointments that way. So like you see here, these are 3 examples of intro messages. And always remember, like I just told you, the goal of the first message is not to sell, but to get them to respond and engage. This way, when you go and pitch them and you go and tell them to hop on a call with you, it's much more likely than they're actually going to hop on a call with you, because you have kind of like an engagement there. It's not just like, oh, here, I'm selling you something. No, it's like more like a friend asking to hop on a call, if you know what I mean. So then after they answer the opener, the first message you sent, you go into the second message. Again, we have 3 different to test out. We need to test out each one of them to see what works and double down on that one. Tracking, I'm going to go into that now in a sec, but tracking is the main piece when it comes to cold outreach, depending on, if you're doing cold call, tracking is so important. Cold DMs, cold email, everything that you do, you need to track it. So yeah, here are examples of second messages. So like you see here, cool. Are you focusing more on buyers or sellers? Is a similar, like you see here, for example, are you focusing more on skincare or treatments, whatever, buyers or sellers? You wouldn't ask this and then this, common sense. But we need to test, like, does this work better here or here? It's like, it's just testing and see what works. These ones I've been using similar ones myself, and some of them I've been using myself at my agency, so I know they work, and I'm giving this value for you guys for free. But yeah, basically very simple, testing like I see. But here, cool. And how are you guys getting the majority of your clients right now? Are you doing Facebook ads? Are you doing referrals? Are you doing open houses? And God, how competitive is the real estate industry in Chicago right now, for example? Basically, the plan here is to continue engaging with them. And it's also important to note that current messages make it appear, like I told you at the start when we were starting, that it makes it appear like you're a friend, like you're someone new to the industry and you want to start actually in the industry and you want to get help from them to actually start. That's actually what's going to get you the biggest percentage of reply back, because people don't want to be sold. People just want to talk to people. You don't want to be sold, just people sending you messages all the day like, oh, I'll get you 10 appointments in the next 30 days. No, they don't want that. They want to talk like two persons together, like normal conversation, engaging. And then after they engage with you for a second time, then officially everything is ready to go and pitch them. Like you see, after having to engage with them with twice with 2 messages. So you have been talking to them now. Most likely, what I've seen, it takes some people 1 day, some people 2 days to answer those 2 messages. But they have your name on their mind because they have been talking to you already. So it's time to send your pitch. This approach basically ensures that you are going to get a response for your offer because they have been responding you already with the other messages. So they're most likely going to respond you also when you send them the pitch, because it's just respectful. That's how they take it. So third messages, I got also examples here for you guys. So you can just use them. For example, here, cool, I wanted to reach out because we're helping a handful of real estate professionals secure up to 100 qualified leads monthly, fully on performance basis. This means if we don't deliver, you don't pay. So what's the best time for me to give you a call this week? This simple. You just ask for a call this week. And then after they answer, you book them in. As simple. You have two ways to book them in. And one way is sending them your calendar link. So Calendly or Go High Level, whatever you use, your calendar link. And second way is to say, for example, awesome, so I got 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. available on Monday. Do either of those work for you? That's my favorite approach, because I've seen that if you send people a link, it's most likely they're gonna maybe click it, but they're gonna go out of it and they're not gonna end by booking a call, and you're gonna need to follow up with them much more than if you just ask 4 p.m. and 2 p.m. what works better. So I recommend doing that way at least. And like you see here, like I told you, my favorite method is sending the two like time slots available. So now you might be thinking, oh, this is easy. How am I gonna get, clients from this, blah, 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 blah. First of all, something we need to go over. You need to follow up with people. You're not gonna get replies always for the first message. You need to follow up every single day. If I send a message today and someone hasn't answered me 24 hours down the line, I'm sending them again another follow-up message. Follow-up messages are simple. You can say something along the lines like name, and I'm going to write some examples here for you guys. For example, John, and then you just do like this. John. You can do like this, like popping it up. And you can do, it's so simple. It's just making sure that the last message, that you don't lose the last message. That's also a follow-up message. Whatever, it's so many ways that you can actually do it to actually follow up with people, to not miss on the opportunity, because you're going to miss on a lot of opportunity if you're not following up with people. And you need to follow up with people at least 3 times. So if I send you a message right now and you don't answer, in 24 hours, I'm going to send you another message. And if you don't answer to that, in 24 hours again, I'm going to send you another one. And 24 hours, another one. And like this, at least 3 times. I do it personally 4 to 5 times, but at least 3 times. So yeah, I'm going to show you an example now of how I did this process myself and screenshots of it. So like you see here, I booked an appointment with this woman here. So I just came in and said, hey Karen, how's the market treating you in Milwaukee? Wherever. In Orlando, wherever this person is. Oh, I'm doing well. How are you? Oh, I'm great. Thanks for asking. Are you focusing on residential or commercial? Just what are you doing? Basically, I'm just asking. And then she doesn't answer. What do I do? Karen. And she says, I focus on residential real estate with a dedicated portion of my business to luxury homes, blah, blah, blah. See, just by writing her name again, follow up. And then I have engaged with her enough already to send my pitch. So very cool. Well, I wanted to reach out because I'm currently helping a few brokers like yourself get pre-qualified buyer and seller meetings booked directly to theirs and their team calendar. If you have space for more clients right now, I'd love to hop on a short call and run you through how it will work in your area. And she said, sounds good. She has nothing to lose. So I have time, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, I have 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. open. Do either of those work? Simple. And how did it end? Kaboom. 4K. Deal. Simple. It's just a so simple process. And I'm going to show you now many ways on how to do it, how to automate it, everything. And now I want to go over things to implement to this process. If you really want to skyrocket it, if you want to take it from level 7 to level 9 or even level 10, you need to do this. You need to have both testimonials and case studies. I know a lot of you are not going to have testimonials right now because you don't have clients. That's okay. I'm going to go about it with you right now. And then evergreen VSL. VSL is to basically sell the person before they hop on a call with you. They're going to be sold before they hop on a call with you. If you do the VSL correctly, the person are going to hop on the call to ask you, what's the price? Because they know the process, they like it, they want to get started, they just want to know if the price makes sense or not. You're going to be hopping almost on onboarding calls, not on sales calls, if you do the VSL correctly. So, like you see, options on when to send. The VSL, you have two options. You have after booking them in. So when you book them in for a time, then what do? You send them the VSL towards it before the time that you guys have for the call. And the other way is to do it after you pitch them. So if you pitch them, for example, and they say, how do you get it? How do you get the appointments or whatever? That's you, like, can I know more through the chat? You can say, sure, here's a VSL. And the VSL is going to sell them on the process. So they're going to want to book a call with you and they're going to sell themselves to you. That's the great thing behind it. I hop on calls sometimes now and the calls take like 10 minutes and I'm onboarding them already. As simple as that. So that's when you should send the VSL. And when it comes to testimonial case studies, when to send them in follow-up messages, this is the best way. After the pitch, after booking the call, and in the start, if they think you're selling them something. If you send the opener and you say, and they say, for example, I don't want nothing, I'm not gonna buy anything. Then you can send, oh, this client said the same and he got this result, whatever. Something around the lines, and send a testimonial to get them to believe you a little bit more. But many of you might be thinking now, how do I get testimonials or case studies? I know you don't have clients, you don't have testimonials, but you can utilize others people's testimonials. But what do I mean by that? I don't mean going to another agency and stealing their testimonials. That's not correct. That's just not good to do. But if you hire an employee of your business, so if I hire a media buyer and he has case studies, many media buyers are going to allow you to use their case studies. So then you can use those case studies. For example, if you're offering Facebook ads to these guys and you have a media buyer and the media buyer has testimonials and case studies, you can send those to the person that you're trying to book in for a call. Because the media buyer is going to be all good because they're going to get money by you closing them and you're going to get money by you closing them. So it's like a win-win situation. So you might be thinking, what's a VSL? Basically, the VSL provides a concise overview of your offer and you're going to showcase kind of like the case studies, the testimonials you have, the expertise you have, how you solve your clients' problems, and just how the whole process works basically. And testimonials is just to add social proof and to make them trust you more. Awesome. So now we're going to go over the most important part of the whole process. First of all, give me a sec. I'm going to get my pen here. We're going to do some math here together and calculate how you can get to 10K a month within the first 30 days of your business. Simple. It's a simple math. So tracking. If you don't track your numbers, you're never going to know what to actually do with your business. You're not going to know what's working. You're not going to know what's not working. You're not going to know what to improve. You're not going to know what to add on the process, what to take out of the process. If you think that you can just have that in the mind and just remind your numbers and just have everything in the mind, incorrect. The mind is going to lie to you. So you need to have it on paper, the correct numbers, because you need to make decisions on logistical numbers, not on emotions. So first of all, let's go over the daily KPI minimums. So we need at least to be sending 150 messages a day. 150 messages. And then out of those 150 messages, you're going to get about 20 replies to the first message. That's about 13 to 14% of reply back kind of thing of the first message. So when it comes to the first message, 20, and most likely out of those 20, only like 7 to 8 are going to get to the last message of the replying to the pitch. So like you see here, if we go to replies to pitch, we should aim for a minimum of 5%. So 7 to 8 replies to pitch. You're gonna book about 2 to 2.5% out of those 150. I went over the number, but it's 3 to 4 calls a day, kind of. If we do the math, you're gonna get about, if we do the math here together of monthly, it's gonna be, let's say, 3 calls. 3 calls times 5 is 15. So 15 calls a week. That's 60 calls. 60 calls a month, and the average show up rate is 60% in the industry. Most likely more if you're starting out. And with 60%, it's gonna be 36 people that show up to the call. So 36, and close rate is gonna be 15%. 15% out of 36 is 5.4, I think so. So let's just leave it at 5. So you're gonna be closing 5 clients out of this process here, sending 150 messages per day. And let's say that your offer is $2,500 a month. 5 clients on $2,500 a month is, I think, 13,500, I think. So let me see. So is 12.5k. As simple as that. You hit 12.5k within your first 30 days, and now you have a 10k a month business in 30 days. And people make it so complicated. It's as simple as this. If you run the numbers, you actually notice how simple it is to hit 10k a month. That's why you should never aim for 10k a month. You should be aiming for 100k a month or 50k a month. You shouldn't be aiming for 10k a month because it's so easy to hit 10k a month. So with that being said, this process, I'm willing to send all of this over to you guys. The only thing you guys need to do is go on my Instagram here. You're gonna see it here above me, and follow me on Instagram. Give me a follow. DM the word scale, and I'll send this over to you with the script that I use throughout the whole process, so you guys can implement it today and start booking, like you see here, 3 to 4 calls a day. And the great thing behind this is that then you can get a VA for $500 a month. As soon as you start closing some clients, $500 a month, they're gonna do this. Then you get more accounts. By accounts, you use, like, for example, let's say about $500 to buy more accounts. Then you have enough of accounts to buy. With $500, you can maybe buy 8 to 10 accounts, maybe. Yeah, 8 to 10 accounts. And then you can hire another VA, 500. You're spending 1,000, and then you're closing, instead of closing, for example, 5, you're gonna be closing 10. That's gonna be 25k already. 25k. You're gonna be paying $1,000 for your VAs and the $500 here, but that's just gonna be one time. If $1,000 a month for your VAs, media buyer maybe takes about, for 25k 10 clients, is gonna be most likely about 2k. That means you have a total of 22k profit. It's as simple as this. You're making 22k. You have technically financial location and time freedom because you don't work a 9 to 5 anymore. You are making 22k. You can travel. You can help your family, and this is just do more and more and more. And then, of course, you can go into different sources and this and that we did also, like paid ads, cold calls, all of that. But only by using this system, you can scale to 22k easy, or even 12k easy within the first 30 days. So if you want this whole process I used to scale my agency from $0 to $75,000 within 8 weeks, and you can see how I did it here. You have every message, you have the script, everything. go again, like I said, on my Instagram. I'm gonna put it once more here above me. Give me a follow, DM me the word scale, and I'll send it over to you. And I hope this video was valuable. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'm going to be dropping some gems here soon. I'm going to be dropping on how I scaled my agency from $0 to $75,000 and how I'm still running my agency and will be hitting $100,000 most likely within the last or first month of December or January, basically what I mean. So with that being said, I hope this video was valuable. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.